Hello, I am the Film Addict, and welcome to the Film Addict Show. I haven't been, yeah, beard's gone now. Um, it's been a while since I did one of these, so I felt it was, let me move that a bit. Time to, uh, there. Time to do, I'm going to do a double review tonight. It's a double review at the movie theater. I saw two movies more than once. Million Ways to Die in the West and X-Men Days of Future Past. So I'm going to start with A Million Ways to Die in the West because I know that the better because I watched it 4 times. First time was with a buddy of mine, second time was by myself, third time was with another buddy, and then fourth was just for the hell of it. It would if I saw it one more time, it would tie my record for most movie scene in a movie theater, and the previous holder of that record is Django Unchained with 5 times. So let's start off with A Million Ways to Die in the West. Reason I see it 4 times is because it is a really hilarious comedy. It is, for Western comedy, it's very hard to pull off Western comedy because you would be very tempted to delve into like dark characters or dark storylines of revenge and shit like that. This doesn't do that. It kind of does it, but in a very comedic way. Seth MacFarlane, this is his first movie. Ted was hilarious, granted, but I think this is just way funnier. In regards to that, it's Seth MacFarlane starring in the film as himself, not as a teddy bear who sounds very close like Peter Griffen, or actually is Peter Griffen since they're played by the same voice, Seth MacFarlane. But no, it's just him. Just him and let's see, Charlize Theron, Liam Neeson, Neil Patrick Harris. Well, yeah, I know Sarah Silverman's in it, Amanda Seyfried's in it. Giovanni Ribisi, that's it, who was in Ted and was the asshole corporation guy from Avatar. Him and Ted and in Million Ways to Die in the West, he plays both really hilarious roles. But this movie is funny in the vein that despite the fact that it has these big name actors, comedy and drama wise, it doesn't fold in on itself. Usually with huge comedies that star like a whole shit ton of movie stars, they usually fail. Case in point, movie 43. That's because I think I didn't see movie 43, nor do I ever want to. But I think the reason that it failed is because with these big name stars, it focused too much comedy into those stars in being funny. Now with A Million Ways to Die in the West, yes, it has pretty big name actors and actresses in it, but the comedy is not focused on any of them. The comedy is spread out to all these characters. They're funny and they're each specific way, except for Amanda Seyfried. She's pretty dull, but then again, her character is not supposed to be really funny to begin with, so I give it a pass on that. But Seth MacFarlane, hilarious. Oh my god, so funny as the sheep farmer Albert Stark, the North remembers. Huge Game of Thrones freak over here. So I kind of find that a little off-putting. Giovanni Ribisi, hilarious, makes a great reference to his role in Ted. I thought the part in the movie where he's drinking out of a straw from a glass, dancing like he's doing a butt dance, was really funny. When he did in the movie, I was like, that's Ted, that's fucking Ted. Sarah Silverman, I never really find her funny to even with her. I didn't really watch too much of her stand-up. My friends tried getting me to watch Sarah Silverman's show, and I was just like, what is this? So biased for it, but I kind of don't see Sarah Silverman as the funniest woman alive. I mean, I could probably think of a couple other women who are way funnier than she is. Lucille Ball, being one, and yeah, Sarah Silverman. She plays a prostitute in this movie. Of course, being it being the West, and her character is she fucks dudes, but she's seeing Giovanni Ribisi, it's her boyfriend, and they don't want to have sex. He's still a virgin. They want to wait until marriage, which is, I think, Seth MacFarlane's satire against the whole concept of celibacy, which I thought was really fucking hilarious. And also true. Celibacy is a bunch of bullshit. Um, and also, I love the title "Million Ways to Die in the West" because you hear people like say, "Oh, I would, if I could pick a time period, I would like to live in the open West." And he, in one monologue, is able to point out exactly why that is so stupid and how a bunch of stuff can kill you, like literally a million ways to die in the West. I think that's very clever titling, and also very hilarious. Liam Neeson, he plays a bad guy. Liam Neeson has no room or uh, no reason to be a cowboy in any movie ever. But it being Liam Neeson, Seth MacFarlane has made a joke about this in the past, but he decided to cast Liam Neeson in as the bad guy, and he plays a great bad guy. For the amount of time he's on screen, he plays a pretty good bad guy because he's an amazing actor. Let's not doubt that. Let's not look past it. He's a great actor. Charlize Theron, she when she wants to be funny, she can be funny. She really can. She's an Oscar winner for Monster, and that was a complete role reversal in what she usually plays. And then when she was on Arrested Development as Rita, she was so funny, and it's like she still maintains her comedy prowess with this movie. She's pretty darn funny in this one. I loved her. She's hot. Oh my god, she's especially hot in this one. This and Neil Patrick Harris. He's the save talk about the best for last. Neil Patrick Harris, completely different for this movie than what he usually plays. I mean, you could see hints of what he always plays. He plays as like the suave, cool, straight guy who always gets the chicks. He's a total ladies' man in the movies, even though he's gay as hell. It's always hilarious to see him play that, to play the straight guy in these movies. But he doesn't have much time on screen either. He's there. He's hilarious and funny. But he's not a major character. The only true main characters are Seth MacFarlane and Charlize Theron. That's it. The rest are comedy. They're hilarious, and it's not focused on them at all. They are not. The comedy is not being forced into, as I said, not being forced into the celebrities that are in this film. No, the comedy is very well spread out. The cameos. Oh my god, the cameos. You got freaking Christopher Lloyd coming reprising his role as Doc Brown, although I do find it very disturbing that the movie takes place in 1882 and Doc Brown didn't go into the West until 1885. And also the DeLorean is the wrong type of DeLorean. Oh well, I digress. Hilarious. I mean, once he said Great Scott, it was just like, thank you. That was something for the nerds like me. That was totally for the nerds. Ewan McGregor has a random cameo in this. I was not expecting Ewan McGregor to be in it. Ryan Reynolds, he did have a cameo in Ted, doesn't have a line in Ted, doesn't have a line in this one. He just gets shot by Liam Neeson. I'm just like, that's for Green Lantern. Thank you. Thank you, Liam Neeson. So, great cameo by him, and of course, at the very end, spoiler, Jamie Foxx is the last cameo, and it is everything. it just, that's how the movie ends, and it's just like, yes, just so much yes in one cameo. Just, I'll take a shot, and then boom, and then he just goes, people died there. This total Django style. It was too funny. Million Ways to Die in the West. I will go see it again. It'd be my 5th time going to see it, but I would definitely go see it one more time. 5 times would be a limit for me. But I say watch it over again because you do catch jokes, you do catch references. There are a couple Blazing Saddle references in there, especially in the last part, and also it's a very Blazing Saddles feel. Seth MacFarlane, I love Seth MacFarlane because he is a proponent for live orchestras and original music, which he which he gets the right guy, Joel McNeely, to do wonderfully. It is a Western movie. You just feel immersed, and when the music meets its crescendos, it gets every mark. Comedy is hilarious. It's a great story. It manages to keep a very balanced storyline. So I would totally go see this movie. The songs are catchy, the music is great, the acting is hilarious, the comedy is spot on. Yes, go see it. Now, the second movie I went to go see is X-Men Days of Future Past, and that was awesome! Ah, my glasses! Yes, it was awesome! Oh my god. Forgive that flub earlier. Yes. James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender coming back to reprise their roles as Charles Xavier and Magneto. Yes. Even though that it does take liberties with the actual story, there are some, like, because I'm watching it and I'm just like, okay, they send Hugh Jackman back to 1973, but wait, didn't he already met Stryker during the Vietnam War in X-Men Origins Wolverine, and they treat Stryker in this one like as if they never met before. I'm just like, okay, timeline wrong. X-Men Origins Wolverine was also wrong, but I was going off of that one because that's the most recent one the one I saw before this one. Seeing X-Men First Class, it actually manages to stay very. It does coincide well with X-Men First Class, as it should. Bryan Singer coming back. He directed the very first, the first two X-Men movies, X-Men and X2, X-Men United. He comes back to direct this one, and it is very well done. I loved it. I enjoyed it. The music by John Ottman is incredible, especially at the very end, and the end credits. Songs are amazing. Sorry, I get like that. I get like that. That's just me. What else? Magneto is awesome. Magneto is one of the best characters, and especially so by Michael Fassbender, and teaming up with Sir Ian McKellen and bringing the character to life. You can see Magneto's hatred of the human race as completely justified because he went through the Holocaust and all that shit. But 50 years in the future, no side wins. The humans and the mutants both lose in the war. And so Magneto decides him and Charles decide to set aside their differences to help each other win the war between the Sentinels, to help mutants and mankind. So they thought, okay, well, we're basically almost dead, so let's just join forces, and they do, and it's amazing. It's such a great reunion, even though too bad that Xavier dies in the 3 X-Men movie. But I like to consider these movies as like different issues of comic books, as in they are different stories. Like one character can die in one issue and then come back in the next one in a completely different story. So that's how I see it. But it can be annoying to the fans out there. Let's see what else. The guy who plays Beast, though, in this one, he is in First Class and in Days of Future Past. I love Beast. Beast is so cool and so badass. And Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique, yes, I love that choice. I'm not a huge Jennifer Lawrence fan. The first movie I ever saw her in was American Hustle, and that was a bad idea because she wasn't very good in that movie. She was only decent. But as Mystique in the X-Men movies, yes. Makes me appreciate her acting abilities a lot better. Loved her as Mystique. Hot. She's hot. Not gonna lie. Hugh Jackman, always Wolverine, and always, like, no matter how bad an X-Men movie is, like, Hugh Jackman will always be awesome as Wolverine. There's just no denying that at all. Great to see Halle Berry, and, like, they got Halle Berry, they got Ellen Page, they got Anna Paquin to come back and reprise their roles as Storm, Kitty, and Link, I think. Yeah, I think it's Link. Oh no, or is it Phoenix? Fuck, I forget. I always get those two mixed up. But, great to see those characters again, even though they have very small roles. But it's more like a, hey, we're back kind of move that they did. And so, It's a great storyline. It's excellent, almost tragic to a point, because you already know what happens to Wolverine in past and future, and you're just like, ugh, no, this has to happen all over again for him. That's just gonna suck balls. Um, X-Men Days of Future Past, yes, so much yes. Million Ways to Die in the West, just yes, yes, and more yes. I'm gonna go see those movies again because I just can't get enough of them. They are that great. Check them out. What else can I say about these movies? Um, oh man, I am really tempted to go on a huge arc with Game of Thrones, because being a huge Game of Thrones freak, I read the books and watch the show, so I know the differences. I know who dies. I know who lives. I know when they're making shit up as they go and when they're sticking through the book. I really want to talk about it, but I'm only going to reserve that for the next review when season 4 ends, so I can chronicle all 4 seasons up to this point, in regards to the story and to the show, and what is to. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a complete Game of Thrones review, seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm gonna do that because I am that legitimately crazy. So yeah. All right, that was 2 movies, both good reviews, both great reviews. I would say yes to both. So until next time, I am the Film Addict. Goodbye.